Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Shout on X Live. I'm Trey Mangum here, and I'm so excited for our show today because we have two stars of one of the biggest new series of the fall, HBO's We Are Who We Are. We have Ben Taylor and Corey Knight here. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us, man.
For having us, man, for real.
First off, I just want to get an idea of how you all are doing during quarantine. I know it's not easy to launch a whole show while most of the world is still shut down. So how's that process been like during the pandemic, creating and having all this promo for the show?
Um, it hurts, it kind of hurts, but it's also like good because people they're locked in. What else can you do? Watch a show, watch a new show, if not. But it also sucks because we were supposed to have a premiere too, so it's kind of half and half. But then it's like it's good at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's very bittersweet. The bitterness part is the fact that we were supposed to like be in so many film festivals. We were supposed to be in cons, and that didn't happen because of COVID. So I guess everything that we were looking forward to didn't happen. But it's also at the sweet end, we get to look more into our show. Everyone's really locked in, so um, you get more of a chance to really dive into what we're trying to tell everybody. It's been cool for me. Right now I'm at my office. It's usually I'm either home or at the office. So I mean, it's caused me to like really lock down and really like get into my creative space. And I'm grateful for that. So bittersweet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And for our viewers who may not be familiar with the show, it comes to HBO. It's from Luca Guadagnino. He's the director of Call Me by Your Name and several other films. And this is his first major foray into scripted television. And it's on HBO. It is a coming of age story about two American teenagers who, along with their military and civilian parents, are living on an American military base in Italy. It explores friendship, first love, and all the unknowns of being a teenager, which could happen anywhere. But in this case, it's in this little slice of America in Italy. So I wanted to know, how did these roles come about for each of you? And what's your favorite part about portraying your character?
So like originally how these roles they came out to us, we got the script, right? We knew what these characters were, but Luca being the genius he is, he's like, okay, I want you guys to make these characters. Like he didn't say that officially, but he was like, you know what, you guys understand American adolescence more than me,
Mm-hmm.
So make these characters, develop these characters, but the script is still there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was the other segment of the question?
What's your favorite part about playing your character? Also, you can tell us more about your character too, as well.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I had like 3 hours. My favorite part about playing Sam, as you can see from episode 1 through 4, we have some pretty fun moments. Like we have fights, we have dances, and it's just good being around like Offset, sharing dialogue with the other actors. It's fun.
Yeah. How was it like filming in Italy and living in Italy during this period of time? I'm sure that it was a bit of a culture shock filming a whole entire show in a different country. How was that experience?
You have to adapt. You have to be really adaptive because it was my first time in Europe as a whole. So it's like this is a whole new culture for me. We had to take Italian classes. So pretty much they kind of set us up to actually put the pieces together and, understand Italian culture to where you can, put it onto the screen and onto set. So, it was fairly easy in a way, but sometimes it was like,
I think one of my favorite parts about the script was as Ben said, when we got them, we knew that we had to really develop these characters using what we portrayed them as, and that was really one of our homework assignments in bringing these characters to life, is really developing them how we really see them. And being in Italy while doing this, it was culturally it was definitely a culture shock being out there because of the different cultures between America and Europe and just the general aspect. But I think Ben could feel the same way when we say we absolutely loved it. We had some of the most
One of my best memories are out there,
Best
bro.
memories for sure, for sure. Like best memories out there, and Italy's just beautiful overall. So
Mhm.
getting there, we're kind of like culture shock, and then once we like
Yeah.
kind of like adapted, as Ben said, like over time, we really fell in love with the country, really fell in
Yeah.
love with the
We
place.
lived abroad, bro.
Yeah, OD.
Like, it's crazy.
So yesterday, not yesterday, Monday, sorry, the days are just running together. Monday was kind of like the midpoint of the season. We have the first four episodes already. I think episode four is probably my favorite of the four, just because I feel like we get to see uh, the characters all together. Like, I think they're together in most of the episodes, but like all as one and interacting with one another. What do you think is your favorite episode out of the first four so far, and why?
Uh, I like episode 3 for sure because I think episode 3 tackles best like, okay, what is it that's causing these people to act like this towards Frasier and Caitlin? That really describes it because episode 1, the kids they're just like, who is this guy? And then episode 2 is like, who is this guy? But then episode 3, we figure out why we don't like this guy. You know what I mean? So then like episode 4, I think episode 4 is probably my favorite out of 3 because individually it shows all of the actors in their prime. You know what I mean? Like you have Fraser getting drunk, having fun. You see Craig, sorry, with the love of his life. You see Danny, still discovering himself, still kind of the hothead he is, but he's still happy for Craig. And then just everyone, like everyone got to, immersively showcase themselves. So I think, that was probably my favorite episode.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like episode four has to be like my all time favorite. Um, Honestly, it's based off what we did offset, getting ready for it, and then what we did. What we did when we got on set, getting ready to shoot it. I feel like everybody definitely got out of the comfort zone for sure, and I think that this episode really it really put me on another kind of like ball game when it's like looking at my castmates. Episode four, it kind of like through 1 through 3, you definitely get like hints of the relationship with Craig and Sam, the relationships between Sam and Caitlin. Everyone has those little scenes between 1 through 3, 1 through 2. But then when we get to 3, you kind of like see more of the unraveling of each character, and then I feel like 4 kind of like gives you this full blown
Yeah.
wave of relationship. Like, what is the relationship between Craig and Danny? What is the relationship between everyone before Fraser stepped in, and how it is now with him stepping in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I feel like it kind of hints at that in the other episodes. Because for me, when I first watched the first episode, I felt like that there were points missing. I feel like there was a concrete story, but I felt like there were beats missing. Then when I saw the second episode, and then Caitlin's story kind of filled in what Fraser's side did, I'm like, okay, this is where we're going. Then as each episode, there's more and more of the showing of these interpersonal relationships that these characters have with each other. And going off of that, I'd love to know how do you think you're similar and different from Sam and Craig?
I always struggle with this question. So with Sam, like he's kind of unpredictable at times. Like he at times he's very loving. He's very exciting, exhilarating. He loves to be around his friends. But then sometimes he's like he gets into a mood where he's just like, okay, get away from me. Like, oh no. He pick and chooses who he likes and who he wants to, operate with. But yeah, like I think I relate with Sam because, I was once his age. I'm 19 now and Sam is 16. So I still kind of get like his minor personality traits and whatnot, but not to like the fullest extent.
Yeah, I think for Craig, I do relate to Craig a lot when it comes to his love for his circle, his family, his team around him, and because that's kind of like the family that he has, including his little brother. But that's where I do relate to him. I feel like Craig and I share a lot of differences. I really try to be more open to the things that he has going on and why he wants to let loose so much, why he wants to kind of like have this one day of no cares, no worries. and just building on that character, I felt like I did put a lot of like my personal feelings into Craig. You know, the love that I have for the army, the love that I have for the military, the respect that I have. I put all of that personal stuff into Craig so that he could make his scenes more as memorable as possible. Yeah.
Cool. If you all could play one other character on the show other than your own, who would it be and why?
All right, Ben, you got it.
Because I love all of the characters.
Oh,
Like,
D.
I love all of them. I would say probably Frasier, to be honest. Probably Frasier or probably Sarah. I don't know, between them.
I was gonna say Sarah.
Because who doesn't want to be a commander, bro?
But you know who I was gonna say? I was gonna say Scott's character.
Richard
Poitras.
Yeah.
I would definitely be Richard.
Definitely
Richard.
Yeah.
Richard
I love to be Frasier because, you know, throughout every episode, I swear the stylists are so amazing. Like,
yeah.
Like, you kind of have a fashion sense to like know, because like I knew what brands they were, but then it's like, oh wow, that was, you know, I've never seen that in any runway and anything. So it's like as the episodes go on, like his style, you know, goes on with his personality. And with Sarah, like, yeah, like I said, who doesn't want to be a commander? You know, that's fire. Yeah. And then like she comes in all smooth, like, you know, very monotone, well spoken, you know, not taking anything.
I feel like Richard is like it's kind of like the bad guy that's not the bad guy, you know. You can be a bad guy without being a bad guy, you know. So I feel like his scenes are like one of the most fun to shoot for sure. If it's not Richard, then it'll definitely be Danny, because there's so much things unwrapping with him. He's like a Pandora's box, and so when it like opens, you can't expect what will come out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like the show does a very good job of making you empathize with all the characters in some way, shape, or form. So it's easy for you, but I'd rather be this character, because, you know, it's really no drawbacks to wanting to be any other character on the show. So yeah, I talked about we kind of at the halfway point of the season. Without giving any type of spoilers, what would you tell fans to expect from this second half of the show? You know, we have the promo, and the promo looks like things are going to get really heated, and we're gonna see more of this angst in this friend group. So what would you tell fans to expect in the weeks to come?
Expect anything, honestly. Go in with an open mind.
Yeah.
You got to, because you can't go in with like, oh, this is gonna happen. Like, no. There's a lot of things that's gonna happen. So it's like, go in with an open mind, bro.
Yeah. I'd say expect the unexpected. You know, when even if you think this one thing's gonna happen, something else is gonna happen. Don't expect the unexpected. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of goes in line with this spontaneous nature I think the show has, because I mean, of course we know there's this overarching plot line that it has, but it's really kind of like a snapshot of the day of this group of people on this military base. Like, you know, that's why I like episode 4 so much, the opening shot of the fight. And I just feel like it was so cool, and the way it was executed. And I feel like that kind of is so much of the essence of what this show really means. And it was very cool to look at.
Yeah, so fun to shoot.
And I want to talk a little bit about how it was to work with Luca on this project. You know, I think it's a big honor to be a part of his first major television work. Yeah. And it gets to be on HBO, and a time where HBO Max is out too, where people, if they're not watching it live, they could catch it, like, you know, right after. So how was that experience like working with him, and what's your favorite part about working with him as a director?
Honestly, Luke is just amazing. You know, like seeing him firsthand go to work, it's godly. in a way.
For real.
No, like I'm not even trying to
bro.
over exaggerate it, but like Luca is something else, like different breed, man. Like he spoke to all of the cast members, you know, providing a sense of comfortability, so they're not just like awkward on set. Like he let you feel at home, like he made you like this is your set, you know. Talk to me about anything you want. So just a sense of comfortability. Very kind, um, very intelligent, huge cinephile. Just overall amazing dude.
Yeah. What I loved about Luca is he's so open to giving you wanting to know for that. I'm forever grateful to him. Um, I can't say anything else. I feel like the Ben really hit it on.
He's cutting out.
So I think Corey's cutting out a little bit, but I'm gonna move
Am I
on.
back? Am I back?
You're back. You're back.
Okay. I didn't realize that froze. I saw Trey like this and Ben like this. I said, "Oh, damn."
It's like it didn't show you. You were like here
like,
one moment, then you were here the next moment.
we're like, oh, it didn't cut out again.
It cut out again. But my next question is: we're going through still in this pandemic, and you know, as creatives, we have a lot of time on our hands. So, what advice would you give any Black creatives, whether aspiring writers, actors, directors, who are trying to work on their craft right now because you know we're in a pandemic and there's more time to work at it. So, what advice would you give to people looking to excel more and work on their craft?
Bro, go for it. Don't be afraid of rejection, and don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone, because you know if you're on if you step out of your comfort zone, then you know it's a stepping stone to where you actually want to be. You know, it's just providing like, you know,
All right,
where
my
you
back.
yeah, you're back.
You're back. You're back.
But yeah, like just don't be
Sorry,
afraid of
guys.
rejection, you know, at all, no matter what you're doing. Like if you want to be a filmmaker, if you want to apply for a job, if you want to flip burgers or whatnot, like whatever you want to do, photography, don't be afraid of rejection. You know, it's all a development, you know.
Yeah. Corey, I'm gonna just sort of repeat the question for you. Because we're in the pandemic right now, is there any advice that you would give to Black creatives, whether writers, actors, directors who are working on their craft right now? What advice would you give them in order to, you know, work on their craft and excel in it while we're in the pandemic?
Are you talking to me? Am I back again?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. I feel like it's coming like in and out. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi.
You're good.
Any advice that I'll say is stay consistent, stay hardworking. Consistency is key, of course. But don't slow down. Keep going, keep pushing. And confidence is key. Confidence is key. Consistency is key. And hard work is definitely slept on.
Don't miss any opportunities.
For sure.
I learned the hard way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also want to touch back on you all landing these roles, and I know there are probably a lot of aspiring actors and stuff who may be watching, trying to get any advice on auditioning, especially as newcomers. What advice would you give to people, especially now, because I know a lot of, I guess, gigs and stuff are online and people are doing virtual auditions, you know, writers' rooms have virtual table reads and stuff. What advice would you give to actors who are auditioning? And can you talk more about your specific audition process for this show?
So, first advice I can give for auditions, like I said on the previous question, don't be afraid of rejection, because I know some actors, they put their heart and soul into this one project, and then boom, they don't even get a call back. Like they don't get anything. So it's like keep going, because it's just adding more stake to the plate, you know, more fuel to the fire. So keep going. In my audition process, so my aunt, who's also my agent, my talent agent, she gave me the audition, and I didn't do it. I did it extremely last minute. I was playing Fortnite. I think I told cast members the story.
Yeah.
I was playing Fortnite. I haven't auditioned in months. This is probably like my second theatrical audition. I'm gonna speed it up because we don't have a lot of time. But Basically, she gave me audition, filmed it at 4 a.m. Didn't even want to do the audition in the first place. She begged me to do it. And I was like, okay, whatever. Did it. Turned it in the next morning. 2 weeks later, I get a call back, and I'm like, oh, okay, I have a call back. All right. Going to the callback, boom, I get another callback, and I'm like, okay. So now I'm kind of like, okay, maybe I could, do something.
Yeah.
Boom, get another callback. The next one, I meet up with the casting director, Carmen Cuba. She's lovely, love her. Met up with her. Then boom, I met up with Luca. Had a one-on-one talk with him for like 30 minutes, talked about our favorite movies and whatnot. And then the last one, they paired up all of the cast members together in LA. And this is fun. This is a funny story. So they just lined us all up, right? And Luca and the producers were staring at us. And they're like, and then Luca's like, okay, that's good. You guys can go. And then we're just like that's it. And he's like, yeah, you guys can go. And then that's just like, okay, yeah, well, I feel like I just got taken advantage of by. And it was just hella funny. That's one thing I can always remember.
Yeah, I feel like my audition process was a little different. I think because I'm in New York, they had to. At first, I had to send to the self tape, and then they called me in after the self tape. I took the project like every other audition. Just the audition. It's an audition that you have to do. Did the self tape. They called me in. They called me in like 3 times, and then I was working on another project at the time when they told me they want to fly me out to LA, and then I was like, okay, cool, no problem. Flew out to LA. I knew that I was a military man and stuff, so I was just working out like crazy, like doing burpees and stuff. And then I saw the other guys auditioning, and once I saw them, I just decided to go a little harder, start working out and stuff. So when we got in the audition room, I wasn't expecting to see Luca. I was kind of expecting just to be with Carmen Cuba for a second, but he sat down, spoke to me for a while, and then I was just in the audition room for like 3 hours until Ben came in at one point and like sat next to me.
Yeah, I think we went in together.
Mm-hmm. We were talking about movies and music and stuff like that, and then that's when he was like, "Okay, you could go." And I was like, all right, cool." And then that's it. After like a month later, they was like, "All right, you got the role. We got to fly you out to Italy in like 3 weeks, but for these 2 weeks, you have to do military training." I was like, all right, cool.
I kind of like Luca's audition process. Like, he won't tell you to read the script in front of him. He'll have a conversation with you,
Yeah.
Like he won't be like, okay, read the script. Like, he'll be like, so what's new with you?
Yeah. He was like, what do you do? What's your job? What do you do?
Exactly. Like, what are your favorite movies? What are you interested in?
Mm-hmm.
That definitely seems like a refreshing, especially for an actor. That seems like refreshing to be like have like an unorthodox approach to it.
Yeah, like he wants to be your friend more than your director. That's one thing I can respect.
So I have one last question, which is a fun question. Just what are some things right now that you all are binging on Netflix, binging on HBO Max, binging on Hulu, any new movies that you've seen? Because a lot of people need a lot of recommendations since we have so much time.
HBO?
Yeah. No, it could be anything. It could be anything.
Oh, okay. I'm currently watching The Boys on Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah.
That's a good show.
It is.
It's a good show. I think everyone should watch it. The last episode is coming this week. Yeah. Kind of heartbreaking because we have to wait like 2 years because I think production is shut down for a lot of things, but waiting for that. I want to start watching The Wire. That's an HBO show. I need to start watching.
I'm sure it's The Wire. Yeah.
Yeah. Marlo. He's like, my name is my name. Yeah.
It's actually his birthday. That's the crazy part.
Oh wow. Well, kudos to him. Great actor. But yeah, I want to start watching The Wire. Yeah.
I think my go-to right now, Sunday nights, has to be Lovecraft Country.
Oh yeah. Lovecraft Country is incredible. So good. So good.
Yeah.
I think we lost Corey again.
Oh, he died.
But shout out to Jonathan Majors and Journey Smollett on Lovecraft Country, also on HBO. The day before we were here.
What's wrong with my Wi-Fi? But am I back?
You're back.
All right. Again. All right. Yeah, but that's it. Really. Lovecraft Country with Jonathan Majors, absolutely amazing. Let me see what else.
Now we can talk some more about Lovecraft Country. You're back.
Am I back again?
You're back.
All right, I'm back again. The next one is this movie, The Devil All the Time with Tom Holland.
Yeah. Robert
Couple
Pattinson.
crazy names, but yeah, those like my two. Crap and that.
Robert Pattinson has this like very, very wild Southern accent in that movie.
It's so good.
I read an article saying that when they were taping the film, he didn't tell them that he was going to do that accent, and just when filming happened, he just started it, and I'm like, wow.
I feel like Robert Pattinson has like this vendetta against the industry because like
he does
the Twilight thing, you know, because people would clown him on Twilight, and he's like, you know what? I'm doing this movie. I'm doing this movie. I'm doing this movie. Like he took on the craziest roles. Like you see The Lighthouse, you see Good Time, you see Batman, you see just a whole list of just crazy roles that he's, you know, taking on.
That's why I'm so excited for the Batman, because I think that he's gonna bring this like indie type energy to this tentpole superhero film. It just sucks. I think it's delayed till 2022 now, so that sucks. But once the pandemic is like finally over and like all this content finally come, like all these, you know, blockbuster films from Black Widow to Dune is now delayed, all these films, I think that a lot of people are probably going to stay in the theaters for a long time to catch up on this content.
I know some theaters are open. I want to go watch Tenet, but I'm kind of scared.
Yeah. I still haven't seen Tenet, and I think there's another blockbuster that's coming out soon. I can't think of what it is, but I think, you know, people are just trying to, you know, streaming has the advantage now because you can just like go on Netflix and watch everything you want to. But hopefully sometime in the near future we get that back, or go see Tenet at a drive-in.
Yeah. Right. I've never been to a drive-in. I want to go to one badly.
Yeah, me either. I would love to. I'm trying to figure out how to do that in New York without a car right now. But I'm from the South, so it would be easy in like North Carolina, but here not so much. But that's about it. Those are all the questions I have. I appreciate you both for coming on today. We Are Who We Are airs Mondays on HBO, and you can catch it the next day on HBO Max. And so excited for everyone to see the second half of the season. I know there's going to be a lot of, you know, shock. Everyone's going to be surprised by things that happen. And like you said, expect the unexpected.
For sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you both so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
It was a fun interview.
Thanks.
Then I'm going to text you.
All right.